Welcome to our channel. Today, we have the following news. Liu Yuning rejects low-quality costume dramas. Liu Yuning has never hidden the fact that acting is more than simply appearing on screen. Over the past few years, he has transformed from a popular singer into one of the most recognizable faces in Chinese costume dramas, earning praise for performances that combined emotional depth with steady improvement. Yet despite his growing popularity, Liu Yuning has made it clear that he has no interest in accepting every costume drama that comes his way. Instead, he prefers to wait for scripts that truly challenge him, even if that means turning down projects that could easily increase his exposure or commercial value. At first glance, this decision may seem surprising. In an industry where actors often compete fiercely for leading roles, refusing opportunities appears risky. However, for Liu Yuning, the choice reflects something much deeper than career strategy. It represents a commitment to maintaining artistic standards and staying true to his own values. Rather than chasing short-term popularity, he wants every project to contribute meaningfully to his growth as an actor. Many people only see the glamorous side of the entertainment industry. They watch beautifully filmed scenes, elegant costumes, and emotional performances without realizing the enormous effort that happens behind the scenes. Every successful drama requires countless script readings, rehearsals, discussions with directors, and emotional preparation. Actors often spend months living inside a character's world before audiences ever see the finished product. The pressure is constant, and the emotional investment can be overwhelming. Because of this, Liu Yuning believes that every role deserves genuine purpose. If a script lacks substance or relies only on familiar formulas, the long months of preparation may ultimately feel meaningless. Acting, in his opinion, should not become mechanical repetition or simply another commercial product. Instead, it should allow performers to explore new emotions, tell meaningful stories, and leave a lasting impression on viewers. His attitude reflects a psychological principle known as value consistency. People tend to experience greater motivation and satisfaction when their actions align closely with their personal beliefs. When individuals repeatedly compromise those beliefs for external rewards such as money, fame, or public recognition, they often experience frustration and emotional exhaustion. By carefully selecting projects, Liu Yuning protects not only his professional reputation but also his passion for acting itself. Of course, maintaining these standards is rarely easy. Rejecting a role means giving up immediate income, valuable screen time, and the possibility of expanding one's fan base. In an industry where trends change rapidly, saying no can appear far more dangerous than accepting another popular production. Yet sometimes protecting long-term credibility requires the courage to walk away from opportunities that no longer fit one's principles. Interestingly, this struggle extends far beyond the entertainment industry. Many people face similar dilemmas in their everyday lives, especially when balancing responsibility with personal well-being. Family caregivers, for example, often devote enormous amounts of time and energy to supporting elderly parents. They cook meals, accompany medical visits, help with daily routines, and provide emotional support. While these acts come from love, the constant demands can slowly become emotionally overwhelming if healthy boundaries are never established. Imagine an elderly parent who depends heavily on an adult child for companionship, shopping, personal care, and household tasks. Although each request seems reasonable individually, together they create continuous pressure. The caregiver may suppress feelings of exhaustion because they fear appearing ungrateful or unfilial. Over time, however, this emotional burden accumulates until even the smallest disagreement can trigger frustration or guilt. Psychologists describe this phenomenon as caregiver stress. Continuous emotional investment without sufficient rest gradually drains a person's mental energy. The caregiver begins feeling trapped between personal responsibilities and family expectations, often believing that no matter how much they give, it is never enough. Eventually, emotional burnout replaces the warmth that originally motivated their care. The same pattern frequently appears in friendships, romantic relationships, and even workplaces. Many people assume that giving more will automatically strengthen relationships. In reality, healthy connections depend not only on generosity but also on mutual respect and realistic expectations. When one person constantly sacrifices while expecting equal appreciation, disappointment becomes almost inevitable. This disappointment is closely related to the psychological concepts of relative deprivation. People measure satisfaction not simply by what they receive but by comparing their efforts with the responses they get from others. The greater the expectation of recognition, the deeper the sense of loss when appreciation fails to appear. Television dramas often explore these emotional conflicts through complicated family relationships. Parents may believe that strict criticism demonstrates love, while children interpret the same behavior as rejection or emotional distance. Behind these misunderstandings usually lies years of poor communication rather than a lack of affection. Neither side truly understands the fears or insecurities driving the other's actions. The solution is not endless sacrifice from either side. Instead, sustainable relationships require healthy emotional boundaries. Learning to say no does not mean abandoning responsibility. Rather, it allows both individuals to respect each other's needs while preventing resentment from building over time. Sharing responsibilities, seeking professional support when necessary, and focusing on meaningful rather than excessive companionship can all reduce emotional strain. Open communication also plays an essential role. Replacing accusations like "you never understand me" with honest statements such as "I feel overwhelmed" encourages empathy instead of defensiveness. Clear conversations about expectations make it easier to solve problems before they become lasting emotional wounds. Liu Yuning's approach to choosing scripts reflects this broader life lesson. Whether pursuing an acting career or maintaining family relationships, quality matters more than quantity. Protecting one's principles, respecting personal boundaries, and remaining true to deeply held values may require difficult decisions, but these choices often lead to greater fulfillment in the long run. Success is not defined solely by how much we accomplish or how much we sacrifice. It is measured by whether our actions remain consistent with the person we hope to become.